Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4 Red World, playing as the Greater American Union, reconquering the continental United States. A few more unassigned divisions we should probably work with. Any more defensive troops? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's move you guys over here for now, I guess. Bring you guys over this way. Okay. So we've grabbed all this territory. We're currently fighting in Montana. Should be able to grab this, no problem. We're going to go down over here and try to grab things like Los Angeles and San Francisco. I would love to conquer California personally, but if we have to take it from Cascadia's cold, dead fingers, I will happily do so. They went for total mobilization? Wow. Recruitable population goes down by 5% for doing that, too. That's gutsy. It's stupid and gutsy is what it is. All right, well, we should be able to grab this. Great Falls, and that probably be enough to just finish them off. I don't think they have any core territory down here. Is this technically? I think this is technically joined up, so we have a supply route. Factories, what should we get next? Well, apparently all we need is tanks, so we're just going to go ahead and produce a lot more tanks. Now I need that steel and stuff back. Hang on. Theresa May, please help me out. Thank you. Erdogan, help me out. Thank you. Somebody from Saudi Arabia, help me out, thank you. Who's in charge of these places right now? Al-Assad, okay, and Edibali. Interesting. I don't know who these people are. But whatever. All right, we still have more factories. What? All right, get some more then. Fine. What kind of resources are we going to get as we conquer the rest of this? Looks like we get a fair bit more steel and some oil in California. A little bit more to go here in Arizona. Cascadia has a fair bit. Okay. Alberta, Canada, has more oil than Texas? That doesn't feel right. I mean, I know they got a lot of oil with, like, the tar sands and whatever else you call it, but, like, I feel like that's too much. All right. We got a lot of war score, so we're going to start by going down over here and grabbing all these resources. That's all I can take. Take, pass, pass, pass. And take California. I don't really care if Cascadia takes the rest of this. It doesn't actually matter. You're puppeting the Union of Lincoln? Joke's on you. I can get a war goal on that. And that's that. Okay, we got some border gore situations here. No, it's not. It's not actually the it's not actually the Union of Lincoln. It's just Montana. Rob Quist, the Social Democrats. Cool. But in the meantime, I get California. Look at that glorious Arizonan flag. I love it. All right, let's see. You guys don't need to be here anymore. We're going to set you up along this. That's too wide. Let's... Whoop, 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 whoop. No, stop it. Edit. Grab. Pull this back. Kind of like so. Purple. You'll fill the gaps in along over here. Red. You're going to go Arizona. You go here. You go here. I know it's not perfect, but we have so many more troops than they do, it doesn't actually matter. And I got even more factories. Nice. Let's grab some more artillery going there. Got plenty of motorized coming through right now, so that's no problem. Let's grab some more fighters, close air support, and then eventually some more drones. And then maybe a little bit more in terms of these bombers. I actually wouldn't mind getting some proper naval bombers, too, because that would let me use my air superiority over sea tiles to actually start winning naval fights, too, which seems just fine with me. Do not need this much steel, do not need this much oil anymore, but I appreciate it. Okay, Cascadia, how am I going to kill you? Well, first we need to demolish the Philadelphia Capitol, but I assume that we can have a way of killing Cascadia. Or maybe not. Actually, maybe we don't. Because Cascadia declared independence from the Pacific States. And I don't think they own... Yeah, they're their independent thing up here. So I don't think, technically, we have a free war goal against Cascadia. So this one we might actually have to justify a war goal. 230 days feels like a very long time. Let's wait until we've generated some more world tension while we attack Arizona. And then we're going to try to fabricate a war goal against Cascadia and just kill him real quick. Should be easy, and in the meantime, I don't know, my troops can go somewhere. We got nothing else to do at the moment anyway, right? Probably. What's this? Hey, frigates! Go over here. Did I not tell the frigates to automatically be deployed with... We did not. Automatically deploy with the super fleet. We have still only 2 carriers, but at least now we have some heavy ships, so that's something. How much longer until we finish those last couple carriers? Few months. Okay. Well, I'll only have 2 more get built for the time being, unless I want to build up another grand battle fleet. So Canada's going to have to split their troops up quite a bit, because now we have a very large border we can use against them. This is starting to feel a little bit more like a generic Hearts of Iron 4 campaign. It just took us a while to reunite the United States. Aside from that, though, we're looking more or less fine. No major wars going on in Europe. We're like the only real source of world tension, aren't we? By country, we've created a fair bit. Montana. There's been a fair bit of world tension. Up to date. Doesn't it usually tell you who's created the most? Yeah, I've created 21% of the world's tension. So the rest of the world is peaceful. I'm the one rocking the boat. What's going on over here, by the way? Hawaii. Tulsi Gabbard's still in charge. Nice lay. Befriend France? Don't do that. No. Condemn Canada. Yes. Do that. Oh, no, it's going to be great. Okay. What should we do right now? Let's take a look at our generals. Anyone have any upgrades? Nope. Okay. Do I want to get some field marshals and stuff? Right now, I just don't feel the need. I feel like we need to keep upgrading our cabinet. Much as I would love to get a field marshal and some more generals, it's not what's hurting me right now, especially against such weak enemies with so few troops. Now, against Mexico, who apparently has about 1,000 divisions of troops, well, that's a problem, but still. All right, let's see. The African dollar. Is that Mandela? Let's see. So, with the Union. Congolese Union. I'm still looking to see if there's actually a nation called the African Union, and I don't see that. It's just the West African Union. I kind of figured they'd, like, form a faction, you know, like a confederation of some sort. Like the European Union, but for Africa. Which the African Union does exist, but no one thinks about it as much. Even so. All right, let's see. Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I grew up, like, right down here. Oh, this is the Rio Grande. Oh, wait, is it? Or is that the Agua Fria? Oh, freaking heck, I don't remember. I will admit, I was young enough that worrying about things like dry riverbeds was not exactly a major priority for me. And yes, absolutely, the riverbeds were dry. I mean, you could technically get some water in Arizona, but, like, for the most part, I mean, I lived around the Goodyear, Arizona area, right? There's a big freaking, like, river channel through there. But there's always, like, a tiny trickle of water. It was laughable. Laughable, I say. Anyway. All right, so we're demolishing the Philadelphia Capitol. We're going to find a way to get to war with Phoenix, Arizona. And then we're going to find a way to justify a war goal against Cascadia. We just need to generate some more world tension. Bernie Sanders, go out there and start yelling about the rich again or something. Generate some tension. Do it. Do it for the good of socialism. For the good of the greater American Union. Do it. Honestly, we're looking pretty good, though. This feels very satisfying, reuniting the United States like this. Once a fragmented empire, now reunited and reforged into something glorious. We want to be, like, upgrading any templates with anything else. I mean, you can see here the field hospitals do not lose much organization. They're pretty easy, and they would maintain some manpower and also, like, the trickle-back XP. So this is a pretty easy thing for me to do. All right. Sure. Do I also want to add in, like, the piercing from anti-air or anti-tank? I don't know. Let's hold off on that for now, because I think I might want to end up just getting, like, some logistics companies or something. These guys could probably use some anti-air. We'll hold off on it for now. Increasing reliability with field hospitals is nice, but we probably should go for maintenance companies if we're going to do something like that, right? Yeah. Let's just wait for a little bit. I need a fifth research slot. That's what I could really use right now. That'll make things a lot easier on me. Okay, let's see. It is 2016. So we're already working on an upgrade to the tank. Haven't been worrying about any more anti-tank and so on. Let's, Let's grab things like the maintenance companies so I can make sure my tank divisions are better. I don't have very many of them, but I want them to be strong. You are already set. You can lose another infantry. Toss you over there like so. Do you have any more? No, that's it. So all of my infantry divisions are now set up over here, which is great. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just toss you guys under the same banner there. Field Marshal, non-existent. We have demolished the Philadelphia Capitol. I really don't know why we did that, but we did. Execute Southern leaders. There's an event and a half right there. No, we're not worried about that right now. We're going to go for Operation Yellow Sun. It's going to take me a little while, but it's fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab something. Tank designer, armor research time, and reliability. Yeah, let's just do that. I would like to have more reliable tanks that don't break down so we can actually start building up a meaningful stockpile, because right now I don't have a lot. We can only do this a couple more times, I think. We'll do it twice more. Why did these guys get split up? Did I mess this up? Apparently I did. Okay. You, I guess, keep training as much as you want. Let's go ahead and start training up some more motorized, because those are still helpful to me. And we can work on our last doctrine with shock and awe. The entire army gets better soft attack and hard attack, as well as the breakthrough tactic, which, if used, increases our movement and our tactic damage by 25% and reduces a lot of theirs. So, I don't know. Again, I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to end up happening with the tactic system once that gets revamped along with recon in La Resistance. I think that's going to be fun to watch, but it's still a ways to go. How are we doing in terms of subs and stuff? Pretty good. Got a few. Just a few. When I go fight somebody big like Canada, we're going to want to be able to cut off a lot of their resources. I don't know what kind of trade routes Mexico has, for example. We need to use that against them. Good God, they're still training up more units. They don't have anywhere near enough factories to justify this. I don't see how this is possible. This is bull. All right, Operation Looming Desert is done over Utah and Salt Lake City. That doesn't help me, unfortunately, so we're just going to ignore that, and we're going to move on to Operation Yellow Sun. In the lands of the rising sun, or whatever. No, that's not Arizona, but still. It's the Grand Canyon State. Where's the Grand Canyon? That should be up here somewhere, right? Yeah, it should be, like, right up here. Freaking Grand Canyon, dude. That is actually beautiful. If you can ever have the opportunity to go to the Grand Canyon, I highly recommend it. Highly. My wife cried. Like, she knew it was going to be pretty, but, like, when she saw it in person, like, she legit just broke down crying. It is that great. No freaking kidding. All right, let's see. I only actually need to train up, like, 5 more... Oh, I messed up with the defense. Fine, I'll train up 5 more infantry for now, and that'll get me to another even stack of 24. And then going forward, if I want to train anything, I'll just go ahead and train up full stacks of 24 we can use. Main battle tank is ready for an upgrade. Biotimus. Let us add on some reliability, some armor, some gun, more reliability. So plus 8%, it'll have 82 armor. Not the best attack value, to be honest, considering. I actually thought this would be significantly better. It is only a heavy tank after all. So maybe I prefer to have a little bit more main gun. Engine would be good if we want these guys to go fast, but I'm not sure that's what I care about. Okay, so this is actually enough main gun to make a slight difference. Extra reliability is nice. All right, we're going to save that and make that our variant. Let's go ahead and start producing some better main battle tanks. We can also work on medium tanks. Now, I've been building a lot of civilian factories. When the time comes, we're going to be able to start producing tons and tons of military factories. Now that we've got war economy and all that, that should be quick. Mechanized, tempting. Highly tempting. Better close air support is tempting as well. Still holding off on this, hoping I can get the advanced software. We could go for some radar. Got everything I want over here, I think, except for maybe some synthetic oil. But so far, I'm okay on that. Let's go ahead and research that mechanized and unlock the option. So I can start using that with my heavy tanks. And then instead of having motorized, they're already slow, but at least they'll just have more armor value. Operation Yellow Sun, named after the rays of yellow bursting out of the star on Arizona's flag. Operation Yellow Sun is the next stage in Bernie Sanders' plan for rapid American reunification. The plan is focused around a swift occupation of border regions and subsequent invasion force destined for Phoenix. However, the specifics of the actual invasion plan are more likely set to change once forces are lined up along the borders. Sanders declares commitment to war with a small but united nation. Social union. Old American Democratic Party dissolved, blah, blah, blah. All right. Well, regardless, I'm just going to go ahead and declare war. Die. Okay, we've got some more world tension. We are at war. Still going to take 235 days. It's not very quick, is it? Disappointing, but let's just go ahead and get started on working on a war goal. Operation Emancipation, Pacific States. I don't know if any of this does me any good unless I'm ready to go for war with Mexico. So let's instead work on things like purging the old guard. Let's finish some of these events. Okay, I want to see what happens. We should have started fabricating on this a while ago, but I was hoping we'd generate a little bit more world tension than we actually did. Should have known that we wouldn't, but I was hoping. All right, got another attack army being worked on right now. I'm going to set you guys up along, like, Canada or something. Maybe not quite that far-reaching, if you don't mind. Stop. Got it. Back it up. Let's just defend this area a little bit, the northeast, in case Canada decides they want to do something. They're not defensive troops, but I got no other purpose for them right now. Until we are ready to go against Mexico, who is just swarming with frickin' units. Holy crap. Now, I say that. Let's take a look at this, though. So, 16, they've got, let's say, what's the average between 42 and 61? That would be 51 and a half, give or take. So, 51 and a half, divide that by 16. Yeah, they've got 3 infantry, 6 combat width in total. They're super weak. Yeah, these are really weak divisions. Who cares? We're fine. And also, we might be able to get a really nice cutoff over here. All right, Arizona is ready to be reunified, eh? Well, good. This is stupid. If I'm the only war participant, I should be able to do whatever I want without any war score issues. All right, Arizona's mine. Thank you. Let's see. You are going to set up along here. And then you are going to set up along here. And then red is going to set up along here with the express intent of quickly pushing around like this and cutting off all these troops so we can easily crush them all. Perfect. Let's have all these planes go over this direction. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop. Okay. 1, 2, 3... fighting. Let's see. Some of you go here. Some of you go here. Some of you go here. Bomber. 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 Close air support, I've actually heard that you can merge these and they're fine. They split up automatically. Didn't used to be this way. But I think that Paradox changed things so that they actually do automatically split the air width out a bit more across your battles, so that's fine. Okay. So I have one ego here, one ego here, and then one ego here. Actually, my close air support has garbage range. That surprises me. Okay, so when the time comes, we'll be able to use our air support very effectively against Cascadia. I want to take over Alaska, but the easiest thing to do there would actually be to go through Canada. Condemn Canada. The Conservative Party of Alaska is a puppet of Canada. Oh, if I want to kill Alaska, I'll have to fight Canada. Interesting. They're part of the Democratic League. Huh, how'd that happen? Interesting. Whoops. Purge the old guard. Done. Consolidate a new order. Justify war goal time goes down. Political power gain and some recovery rate. Nice. How are we doing, Hawaii? You're part of the Democratic League. Free trade agreements. Of course you are. How's Britain doing? Britain has a visible army. The Phoenix Front is growing stronger, but they are not a part of the faction. They've been kicked from the faction. Okay. No, that actually makes sense. I was kind of worried that they wouldn't be. Be a little harder for me to deal with. But it makes sense that they'd be like, yeah, you don't exactly represent the Democrats anymore. So I guess Canada is now the faction leader. Befriending Argentina. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know how I feel about that one. Construction, let's go ahead and get some... those radar stations won't do me a lot of good, honestly. How are we doing in terms of infrastructure? Shockingly great infrastructure throughout all of Texas. Holy crud. They're good. All right. East Texas and then Arkansas. Let's just make sure we're getting slightly better infrastructure leading up toward Philadelphia. Want to have a minimum of 7, I think, across the board heading up there. For now. Might do more later. All right, let's see. So we are currently justifying a war goal. It'll be done in February of 2017. Oh, it's such a long wait, though. I'm impatient. I want to kill them now. Is that too much to ask? Too much to freaking ask. Yeah, we should probably upgrade our close air support fighters because that range is unacceptable. Very, very minor. All right, maintenance companies are on their way. How are we doing in terms of the production of these tanks? So we have a lot of old battle tanks. We are constantly cycling out new ones. Fair bit of reinforcement currently going on. Lots of upgrades here. Mostly in the form of infantry equipment. Like, legitimately, we need a ton and ton and ton of infantry equipment. So if I got the steel, let's just go ahead and set that up. We're producing 150 per day. But we need 85,000 more. Like, it's a lot. I'm surprised our stability isn't better at this point. But there isn't any better way of getting a lot more stability. All right, execute the Southern leaders. Let's do it. I mean, I thought we already did. No, I'm sorry. We got rid of the old council. Or whoever they were. I don't know. Okay. We're just going to do this once more for now. Some motorized are ready to go somewhere. There they are. You join up over here. Orange? Yeah, you're just against Canada. I remember now. I'm not abusing you against Mexico. Because I think we get war goals for Mexico before we do with Canada, but that will happen. Yeah, invade Central America. Interesting. So once you're done with Mexico, you can just keep pushing south. Invade the Caribbean. The North American Union. Yes. Wow. You really got to own everything. Makes sense. Still, that would be fun. When is Bernie going to die? Is he ever going to? I have no idea. I just know that there are options for if he does die. Maybe there'll be an assassination option at some point. I don't know. Still doing fine on manpower. That is not the issue. I'm going to go for an iron-fisted brute for the extra political power gain and justify war goal time reduction. And I don't care if I improve relations with anybody because I think everyone's going to hate me forever anyway. So who cares? Let's go ahead and work on that close air support because I'd like to have that upgraded. We have more civilian factories currently available. Could go for the hospitals. Could go for some nuclear reactors. I'm going to go ahead and grab some levels of radar to use against Mexico. I'm also going to place down some radar along the coasts. Once I upgrade these to level 2 and have them give them better range, we might be able to use them to detect some enemy ships and stuff. I'll also go ahead and place a little bit along the borders of Canada. They're not going to take too long for me to build, I don't think. All right, more infantry equipment, producing 168 per day currently. Gosh dang, Mexico, what the heck did you do? They still have a civilian economy, and they've got 100,000. Oh, sorry, 100, not 100. 1,000 army divisions. There you go. All right, so that should be the last of the defensive troops, unless I want to train up a whole new set, which I may want to do. We're only going to do this a few more times. I need more tanks, dang it. I'm really frustrated by how long it takes. I forget, honestly, but heavy tank divisions just take forever to build. They always have. It's kind of ridiculous. It's one of the reasons I don't usually go for heavy tanks, right? Heavy tanks are not something I will usually use as a 20 combat with army. They are something I'll use to create space marines. Medium tanks. Now there's my offense. which we just unlocked, by the way. Okay, so we're already working on the mechanized. I could go for some special forces, but I don't really need that right now. I think we should go ahead and start working on things like strategic destruction doctrines, so we can start using our Air Force more effectively. That is one major advantage I am going to have, is a much better Air Force than most other people. And I'd like to make use of it, dang it. We have pretty good air bases in Texas, so that's a non-issue. World tension is going down, which is sad. I want more tension. I want all of you to have anxiety issues, which is very mean-spirited, I know, but I want it. All right, let's see. So we are going to be training up like 15 more of you. So I could train up another 9. And that would get me one whole army if I plan on taking these 2 heavy tanks and attaching them onto orange. All right, so then I'd have 5 offensive armies, and I could focus my efforts on building up some defensive infantry, which would be fine. At some point, though, we probably won't need this much motorized, and I'm going to plan on swapping out for mechanized, but it's going to be a little while. Execute them, Southern leaders! There's mechanized, by the way. Let's go ahead and work on the maintenance company, and then I'm going to go to these guys. I'm going to toss on said maintenance company like so. And then motorized, I think you guys have reliability issues too, right? I don't actually remember. Motorized are capable of breaking down, I think. Reliability is 80%. Yeah. So I think technically they do get a little bit better if we do this. Now this doesn't make sense. Reliability minus 5.5, reliability plus 5. What? Well, it's still going to be worthwhile eventually, because once we've upgraded the maintenance companies, it's going to be better than 5.5 reduction, but that doesn't make any sense to me at all. How very, very bizarre. All right, couple months to go, and then we'll get to kill Cascadia. We are now executing the Southern leaders. It's the same judge as before. In a spectacular show of might, Supreme Leader Sanders, Supreme Leader now, oh, okay, has orchestrated the simultaneous execution of prominent Southern leaders. President Donald Rumsfeld was the first to be lined up, but he was forced to endure the subsequent shackling and abuse of his fellow politicians mere meters away, as military police escorted many to the wall. Across the nation, hundreds of similar events were occurring. A massive show of propaganda directed by Sanders' right-hand man, Jeff Mackler, in which each Southern leader would be shot at the same time. At midday, guns were fired and bullets pierced the brain of every traitor to the greater American Union. At 1 p.m., many were still hanged along prominent avenues in each major city for every Southern citizen to see as an example of what treachery will do to a person. Wonderful. My God, Bernie, what the heck happened to you? All right. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab things like the new officer corps. I think that could be fine. I'm not in a huge rush to work down the operations tree. I think we're fine. Industry, factory output, resource gains, research time. We can lose factory output and resource gain to gain political power, but meh. I do kind of like the idea of supply consumption. I just don't like 3% more consumer goods, so probably not. Libertarian capitalist is interesting. Wow. You lose 50% of political power, but you lose 10% consumer goods. Fascinating. I'm going to go for the former scientists, and we're going to speed this up a tiny little bit. And by the way, yes, every research center is reducing 1% off of this, and it is stacking. So that's a thing. If we want to build a bunch more research centers, I mean, we could. They take a long time, but I mean, it factors into like a whole nother set of advanced computing or something. I think that's eventually going to be worth it. Okay. So Canada, how many troops you got? Okay. So I can handle Canada is what I'm learning there. Australia would be difficult. I should remember to upgrade my naval invasion tech. The African Army, okay. The African Union Continental Self-Defense. Ethiopia's goals. Ah! The Ethiopian People's Republic. Are you the African Union? Wasn't really paying attention. Man, I wish I had read that when it originally came out. How's the Soviet Union doing? Still led by Zyuganov. Okay. Poland, mostly communists. Communists. Still fascists. Italy, how you doing? Still a Christian democracy going for a technological revolution. We should be friends. What about, like, Brazil and stuff? They're liberal. Colombia has New Democrats. Okay. Some communists, more nationalists, New Democrats. Is Keiko Fujimori a Spanish name? I didn't think it would be. In my head, that doesn't sound right, but I could be wrong. I'm open to that possibility. Let's go ahead and work on the landing craft, so if I have to invade Australia eventually, and definitely Hawaii, we'll be able to do so. What? Oh, it just happened. It just happened. Tragic news arrives from the Capitol tonight at 8:14 p.m. Supreme Leader Bernie Sanders suffered a heart attack just before a much-anticipated meeting with foreign delegates from Africa. You're about 2.5 years early, or, yeah, about 2 years early on that heart attack, but there's a prediction and a half right there. Our aging head of state was taken to a hospital undisclosed to anyone outside his inner circle, where a last attempt was made to bring him into recovery. To the great sorrow of America's people, Sanders did not leave the hospital alive, falling into a blissful eternal sleep surrounded by his most loyal advisors. The National People's Council was almost immediately informed of his death, with members already calling for an immediate party congress to appoint a successor to the Supreme Leader. But some factions are already attempting to wrangle control over the country in an attempt to overthrow the Socialist Party as we know it, lose 25 stability. Oh my gag. Well, it happened. Now we're going to have to figure out what to do, and I can't go for the new officer corps anymore. There is a power struggle in the Union. Great. Okay. Well, we're going to have to figure this out. I will come back to this in the next video. Huh. Bye, Bernie. Bye, Bernie. Oh, no. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. So then I ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.